Footbap Nation!
Let's ride.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Footbaps podcast. It's me, V Dizzle, joined by my co-host, Paul. Paul, say what up.
What up, owners?
All right, let's get right into this. It's late Wednesday night. The boys are tired. They're looking to go to bed. So we got to speed this shit up, Paul. How's it sound?
Yep, let's get going.
All right, Paul. Give us another let's ride.
Let's ride. My windows are open, so I don't want to scream too loud.
All right.
Alarm someone.
Let's get into last week's matchup, starting from the bottom. Close matchup here. Ryan beats Kyle 110 to 43. 43 is definitely one of the lowest scores we've ever had. It could be the lowest score. Not the biggest blowout ever, because I know that one season, I want to say I lost like 182 to like 70 or something. We've had people lose by, I don't think it was you. I think it was Gorman.
I beat you almost by 100 one time.
Oh, then maybe it was you. Either way, game wasn't close. Rondre got Kyle basically 0 on Thursday night. And Garrett Wilson did like pretty much nothing. He caught that touchdown, but I'm starting to wonder if Garrett Wilson's ever going to be like a fantasy like star. Paul, what do you think? He had 11 points, but he had 33 yards.
A Mickey touchdown. But yeah, this is the year. Like he had, last year, of course, no Aaron Rodgers. This was the year to hype him up, and now he's not performing. It's kind of pretty sad. Yeah,
so Ryan's on the Mickey path again. We'll get to the standings and the scored on, scored against, scored for, whatever the fuck. Ryan's the least scored on by a good chunk after this. No surprise there. This is what Ryan does. He doesn't get scored on. He plays good defense. Ryan's probably one of the best.
2 for 2.
2 for 2 on Mickey's.
I'm saying 2 seasons into the Footbap year. And
he's 2 for 2 on Mickey's schedules. Yeah, yep. He has. So I'm sure you know the Steelers schedule, right?
The Mickey schedule to start.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Pretty much.
No. I think towards the end they have tough games at the end, but Ryan basically perpetually has the 2024 Steelers opening season Mickey schedule. Falcons, Broncos, Chargers, Colts look like ass now. Cowboys look like ass now. Raiders, Jets look all right, but then obviously Giants, Washington. Then it turns into a gauntlet kind of at the end, although I don't know if the Eagles are very good and the Browns obviously suck. So I think it was kind of crazy when people would always be like, man, they have the toughest schedule in the NFL. And I would look and I would be like, dude, when I pick their games through the first 10 weeks, I literally have them at like 8-1. They have a bye week in there. So it's like kind of crazy. The beginning's so easy that it's like, man, they should walk out of there with 7 wins minimum, and as long as they win 3 of their last 8 games,
I was just gonna say that they're poised to make a at least playoff run.
Yeah,
or run to the playoffs, I'd say.
Exactly. So that's what Ryan's on. The opening season Mickey schedule. Get off to a hot 3-0 start for Ryan. Kyle is 2-1. And yeah, that's what happens there. Now let's go. Let's go all over the place. Let's go with mine next. Nick beats me 100 to 84. No surprise there. Yeah, really no surprises, I don't think. I will say anyone who's playing me in fantasy, if you're down or projected to lose at some point, don't worry at all. My team for the last 3 years we're just a first half team. I go into halftime of 1 o'clock games, or in this case 4 o'clock games, because I don't think either of us really had 1 o'clock games. I go into halftime with the 4 o'clock games projected to win by 20, and then my guys just don't score in the second half. And that's basically been the story of my seasons for the last few years. It's like Kyler goes into halftime with 12 points. He ends with 14. Chuba goes into halftime with 20, ends with 25, which, 5 points, whatever. Xavier Worthy goes in with 4 points, he ends with 4. Brian Thomas goes in with 5 points, he ends with 7. Dalton Kincaid goes in with 10 points, he ends with 11. Ayuk 5, ends with 7. Like, I just don't have guys ever score points in the second half. And then the worst part is my defense is always lose points. So the Chargers went into halftime with 11 points. They end with 4. It was actually pretty comical when Justin Fields threw that 55-yard touchdown to Calvin Austin. My defense went from 10 points to 4 points in one play. I was like, oh, sweet. And then the Steelers defense at halftime for Nick had 6 points. They end with 11. Nico Collins had like the most Mickey 10.6 point game. He had 0 points or maybe 1 point going into the fourth quarter. And then how many targets did he end with here? It was like they knew I was playing Nick in fantasy. 10 targets.
10 targets.
He had like 1 catch on 2 targets, and then they threw it to him 8 times in the fourth quarter. Not only that, you want to know what 4 of them were? I wonder if there's probably not a play-by-play. They got down to the 1-yard line with 40 seconds left, Paul. Actually, I'll show you it in this form. What was it? Texans, Vikings. This was seriously like they got the call in that I was playing Nick in fantasy, and they were just like trying anything, the Texans were, to get Nico points. Look at this last fucking... All right, they're down on like the 2-yard line. This is to the end zone. 1st and 3 yards away from a touchdown. Pass incomplete to Nico Collins in the end zone. Pass incomplete to Nico Collins in the end zone. Pass incomplete to Nico Collins in the end zone. Pass incomplete to Nico Collins in the end zone.
That's pretty impressive.
I watched every single play and I was like, dude, they know that I'm playing Nick. Like, they already got him 80 yards in the fourth quarter and now they're just trying to get him a touchdown. I was like, this is fucking insane, dude. It was one of the craziest things I'd ever seen. It's so weird too because like James Conner gives him nothing, Chigioco gives him nothing, Jalen Warren gives him nothing, which is like what I expected. But then you have like the Joe Burrow does something for the first time all year, and Kyron Williams has the best game of his career, and then it's just kind of over after that. So Nick is 2-1. I'm 0-3. We have 2 people officially eliminated from playoff contention, and we'll get to that game now. Mike also 0-3 after Dave beats him 90-77. So now Dave's 1-2. Mike's team is in rough shape. He actually gets 25 points from Purdy, 26 from Jamar Chase. They accounted for like 80% of his scoring. That's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. His next highest is 5 with Kelsey.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, and the defense, but still.
Yeah, that's wild. Dave, Neighbors and Dak Prescott getting it done for him. Najee actually had 11 points. Did he score a touchdown? Or was that just... No, he just caught 5 passes for 16 yards. That's fucking hysterical. This is just the Najee stat line we're used to. 18 carries for 70 yards, 3.9 yards per carry, 5 catches for 16 yards. There's your 11 fantasy points. So yeah, Dave gets a win. The Malik Neighbors pick really proving Paul wrong. I think Malik Neighbors leads the league in targets at this point. I don't know if it's going to keep up with that target share, but still wild. It's so funny too. Like, I don't think me or you even disliked Malik Neighbors. I think we were both just like, why the fuck did he pick him 2 rounds early? But now looking back, I mean, I guess I probably would have wanted Achane, Cook just as much. But yeah, like probably over Olave. I don't think he did much. Oh no, he had 17 points. Never mind. Whatever. Either way, Dave gets a win. Mike takes an L, and Mike joins me as the eliminated from playoff contention. Because I actually went through to see in Footbap history 0-3 teams that have made the playoffs in our league, and it's happened 1 time out of like the 12 times in our history that like a team has started 0-3. Surprisingly, not too many people start 0-3. Wait, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 1 of 8. One of 8 times. It's only happened 8 times in history that anyone's even started 0-3, and only 1 time did someone make it. And I actually looked, and it was like Steve making it at like 6 and 7, which that's not going to get you in the playoffs now. So essentially, it's eliminated from the playoffs time. Paul beats Austin 115-102. Josh Allen masterclass. Why is this a big game?
Go down to 1-2 is just, that's tough.
Oh man,
and
yeah, I would feel so bad for anyone
close.
Who's 1-2. That feels so terrible for him.
Oh come on,
there's nothing that could be worse than 1-2, right?
Yeah, no, that's on the cusp of being season over as well. But because you never know. Things could just go horribly. Every week matters, but I was paying very close attention to this because I was very scared after the what was it? Brees Hall did his normal thing on Thursday, so it was just whatever. We're still projected pretty even.
Mm,
But the Dallas Goddard fucking legacy game of
masterclass.
the century. Yeah, that scared the hell out of me. I thought for sure it was gonna lead to my demise, but
Yeah, actually, I've this season, like, because it's just over already. I've tried to find mini wins. Um, Austin actually offered me Goddard and Brian Robinson for Kincaid and Chuba, and I was like, dude, I just think Dalton's the starter. I think Chuba's gonna have a good game. I think Kincaid's gonna have a good game, and I'm proud of myself because Hubbard and Kincaid combined for 27 points, and Goddard and Brian Robinson still combined for or 37 points, and then Kincaid and Robinson still combined for 32 points. But I was like, I was watching Goddard like go off like that, and I was like, oh god, like if Chuba doesn't like do something here, this could be bad. But thankfully he came through. But yeah,
yeah, I
Paul
thought it
gets
was
the win,
over.
2-1. Paul, I'd say, basically has a playoff spot locked up. Um, I'm trying to think because there's already two teams eliminated, and actually, according to ESPN, there's like two other teams kind of eliminated. We basically have the playoffs nearly decided 3 weeks in, which hasn't really happened before. But if Austin had a better quarterback, he might have stood a chance here.
Yeah, the
Unfortunately,
Baker piss class helped me out.
yeah, the Baker piss class for sure. Brendan Strange caught a fucking garbage time touchdown for you. Was that
It
on Monday
ended up
night
not
too?
mattering. Yeah, it was,
Oh,
but
yeah. I guess you won by 13, so I guess it didn't really matter. But yeah, good game. Austin goes to 1-2. Probably deserves to be better. His team's really good. And then Paul is 2-1. Here's another shellacking. Gorman beats Chip 155-67. Gorman gets 32 points from Saquon, 30 points from Derrick Henry, 24 points from Amari Cooper, 23 from Aaron Jones, 16 from the Jets defense. It was never really close. Even
just a solid game.
Chip gets 23 points from Rashee Rice and still puts up 60 points. That's about as bad as that can get. I am shocked he started the Cowboys defense versus Baltimore. That was just asking for a piss class there. I don't know what the thought process was there. Ladd McConkey still in the wide receiver 2 spot. I just don't know why you're not starting Jaden Reed, if I'm being honest. I know he had 5 points last week from Malik Willis. Whatever. I would rather have.
I think he started him last week, so now he's like in that the mindset of if I start him, he's gonna.
I don't even think he did, dude. I think he started Ladd last week too. Oh, he started him at flex, but Ladd is his locked in wide receiver too.
Yeah,
he needs to. I don't know what. Yeah, he needs to put Jaden Reed in. In
I
my
do have some
opinion.
breaking insider trade news. Chip offered me Ladd McConkey and hold on, scroll down. I can't remember who else. Samaje Perine for Mason. And for the fans at home, you guys know I was all in on Ladd McConkey week 1. I was ready to do Mason for McConkey straight up, and Chip wouldn't do it. And now we're to the point where I declined that trade.
So can we first did I bring it up last week, that horrible trade you offered that got horribly declined, or no?
Maybe.
I think it was on Thursday. Paul, I don't know what the fuck was going on. So as you guys know, Paul's deleted social media. And ever since he's deleted social media, his fantasy football takes have been like completely bonkers. But this probably takes the cake. And it's a double taking the cake, actually. There were a couple trades that were fucking bizarre. So first off, Paul offered Jordan Mason for Jalen Waddle with no Tua. I don't know why Paul I think, Paul, would you say that me telling you how stupid these trades were impacted your view on Jordan Mason season long at all? Or did you come to your senses in another way?
No. Well, a little bit. I believe that McCaffrey won't be healthy until like the actual end of the season. So at the beginning of the injury stuff, I was fully committed to not have a third running back by week 6. So I've kind of changed in that way.
Yeah. So, but either way, like, Okay, Waddle, I can kind of see like your thought, like, hey, maybe when Tua comes back, blah blah, whatever. Either way, with everything up in the air about CMC and everything pointing to him not coming back to like at least week 8, I would just rather ride out 6 weeks of a top 5 running back than get Jalen Waddle with no Tua and whatever. You offer that to Dewey. Dewey declines it for some reason, which is bizarre. And then you go
It
one
tells me
step
it's a
further.
trash trade. Also,
Yeah,
I have the text.
Dewey, what the fuck is wrong with you? But even worse is this an even worse trade and an even worse decline. Paul offers Jordan Mason to Chip for Ladd McConkey, and Chip declines the trade. Chip has CMC, so think about it from Chip's perspective. He's only gaining from this. Chip would have Jordan Mason, and when CMC came back, he would just put CMC in his lineup and not lose a running back. I have no fucking idea what's going on in this fantasy league anymore. And honestly, I can't believe. I just wish people started coming to me with dumb fucking trades like that, so I can accept them right away. I can't even believe that shit. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. The Paul offering the worst trades ever. These rival last year, Paul. Remember when you traded CMC for Hollywood Brown or some shit? Like, you have made some crazy fucking trades in the last couple of years. What are the YouTube shorts? What are the YouTube shorts telling you?
Nothing.
The YouTube shorts are getting to your head. Brain. I don't know who it is, but YouTube
I just
shorts.
follow up with a player, and then I want them really bad, and I show my hand, like you said, a little too hard.
Yeah.
And
but also shame on you, Chip, for not accepting that trade. I don't care if you think you need a wide receiver. You can slip Jaden Reed in there, and he'd be just as good. You could probably slip Keon Coleman. He's about the same level as McConkey, at least at this point in the season. Like, insane stuff. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. And do you feel like you dodged a bullet, Paul?
Oh yeah, big time. Actually, as we were sitting here, my whole thought process that really changed was I need wins now rather than playing for the end of the season, because if I just suck, there's no point.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's what I said. I would rather have 6 like weeks of like, top 5 running back. Like, maybe in these first 8 weeks you go like 6-2, and then you're set up. You only need to win 2 games the rest of the season. Even if CMC comes back, like, at that point you'll probably have accumulated other players. Like, if you trade Jordan Mason for Ladd McConkey, and imagine Ladd McConkey keeps just getting 4 points, 5 points. Like, also the crazy thing is too, you made this trade after Justin Herbert got hurt last week, right? Like, this was an injured Justin Herbert on a run-first shitty offense, and you were like, man, I just got to get Ladd McConkey. It's fucking crazy, dude. I just don't even
I don't know what it is. I get too attached too easily, because I mocked him maybe 50 times. Ryan can attest to this. I just had Ladd on pretty much every team, so it's like, I need him no matter what.
Yeah. Either way, though, Chip loses 155-67. Those are weeks that when you lose them, it doesn't really hurt too bad. Like, you got killed, it's whatever. You just move on to next week. And Chip's 2-1, so what does it really matter, anyways? Like, the worst ones are like how I lost to Nick 100-84, because those are the ones that was like, at one point I'm projected to win by 20, and then in the second half my guys don't score anything, and his guys score a shit ton of points, and it's like gets ripped away. I maybe I should start doing the strat you do of like not paying attention to fantasy scores. Although to me, I'm watching like 5 games at once. I have the Browns on the main TV, and then on my laptop I'll have 4 other games. So what happens to me is like a drive will happen, and my running back will catch like 2 passes and then maybe run for this many yards. And in my mind, I calculate, and I'm like, what is that? Like 3 points? And I'm like, wait, I got to look and see how many points it is. And that's what happens there. I'm not really checking.
That's the mistake.
Yeah, I'm not really checking to be like, what's his players doing and what am I doing? Like, I know what my players are doing. It's just something in my head is like, I need to know the exact score of what they're doing. Yeah. Like, because I'm like trying to mentally calculate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just keep track of it, like you said, in the mental capacity of it. And I just fight all the urges I want or I have to not look at the scores, because it really does tempt me pretty much every drive that I see.
Yeah, I will also say that thankfully too, losing by 14 or 16, 15 points. thankfully that happened too, because before the game started, I tried putting Mooney in for Xavier Worthy, and Mooney only outscored him by 6 points. But I was like, man, if I were to lose by like 5 points, like I would be so pissed I didn't get it in time, because I think I thought that was at the game that was Sunday night, right? And it starts at 8:20, and for some reason in my head I had it that it started at 8:25 or 8:30 or something. And then I remember Molly being like, oh yeah, the game's on, and I was like, oh fuck, dude, because I kept it in. Like I always keep guys in that have the highest projected scores just to have a higher projected score. I don't know if you do that. And then I really set my lineup like the day of, but like I totally forgot going in. And it wasn't even really that I fully forgot. It was just more so I was down by 20, and I was like, I like these three players. They'd probably have to combine for like 40 points, and they would have had to combine for 40 points for me to win. But yeah, so that's what ended up happening there. The last game we got going on here, Dewey versus Steve. Dewey beats Steve 98-60. Dewey moves to 1-2, and Steve moves to 2-1. Anthony Richardson has now 9 points and 5 points back to back. Shit's going kind of awry there. It's kind of wild. Terry McLaurin goes off on Monday night. That was fucking awesome. Terry's the man. David Montgomery. I was thinking about it, like, even during draft season. Why was David Montgomery going in like the same round as Raheem Mostert? That was fucking crazy, dude. Because like David Montgomery, I guess just because he's such a boring pick, but like, you're gonna get like 12 points from him most weeks, or at least, you know.
It's not fair.
So yeah, Dewey's team looks pretty solid at this point. Like, there's just an all-around good game. Like, CJ Stroud didn't even do good, and he still put up good points. Steve's really got to figure out the DeAndre Swift things. He also needs CeeDee Lamb to stop being like mid. CeeDee Lamb's had 2 disappointing weeks already. Mike Evans.
Chris Godwin's like taking over for Tampa.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I feel like it flip-flops every year almost. It was like 2019 was Chris Godwin. Then I want to say 2020 was Mike Evans. And then 2021, maybe they both sucked. And then it was Mike Evans again. Oh, no, 2021 was definitely Mike Evans because I had him. He was like a top 5 wide receiver for me. But yeah, I feel like they almost flip-flop, at least game-wise. Chris Godwin's missed so many games that I don't know if you could say season-wise because he's always just missing shit. But yeah, no, it's definitely kind of wild. Denver beats the Broncos 26-7, and yeah, of course you hear when the Browns lose and like Baker does good and they win, like it's all over the place, right? But like whenever Baker sucks and is Baker and he loses 26-7 to a shitty Denver team and he plays bad, like it's just completely swept under the rug because fuck Cleveland. So always love when that happens. Honestly, props to Dewey for benching Jalen Waddle. That probably took a lot of strength out of him, especially with how bad Terry's done the first 2 weeks. Although I will say I'm kind of shocked he didn't start Jaden Daniels just for the sheer fact that Minnesota's defense has been fucking awesome and Cincinnati's defense has been fucking ass. Right.
That's the only question mark there, but at least he put Terry in. Yeah,
and he gets the dub either way. Yeah, exactly. He at least got one of the two that like popped off, so still worked out. Let's look at the standings. So we have, Ryan's the only 3-0 team left. 90% chance to make the playoffs. It's going to take a lot for him to not make the playoffs, according to ESPN. Gorman, 2-1. This is all the East Division. Gorman, 2-1. Nick, 2-1. Paul, 2-1. Chip, 2-1. Austin, 1-2. Brandon, 0-3. And now to the West, Ryan, 3-0. Steve, 2-1. Kyle, 2-1. Dewey, 1-2. Dave, 1-2. Mike, 0-3. Let's check the moves made. Paul, are you up top? Nice. Paul's up top.
Hell yeah.
You know a season's That's going bad if I only have 3 less moves than Paul. That means shit's not going all right.
My category is moves.
Highest scorer is Ryan. Lowest scorer is Mike. And then highest scored on is Chip. Oh, because Gorman just put up 155 this week. I was going to say, I thought no one was close to me. I think I'm the only one that's had over 100 points scored on him every single week, which is awesome. Lowest scored on is Ryan by 44 points. The Mickey allegations, they are never going to leave this man. the Mickey allegations stay forever. It is kind of depressing. Like Chip is 2-1 with 7 more points scored than me, and I'm 0-3. Or even like Kyle's 2-1. Kyle's 2-1, and I have 15 more points than him on the year. Fuck me, dude. Let's check the league power rankings. I guess they call them. It's weird. They call them power rankings on the app, but I think they call them. They call them power rankings here too. Interesting. They are projecting Ryan to finish first. I have no problem with that. Nick to finish second is shocking, especially when Kyle to finish third is up there too, when he's the second lowest scorer in the league. That's shocking. Chip is fourth. Paul is fifth. Gorman's sixth. Am I missing something? Wait a second. Austin's projected to finish ninth. Austin, because he's 1-2 right now? That's crazy, though, because I still think Austin might have the best team in the league. Or I think Ryan probably does, but I think Austin actually does have one of the best teams in the league. So for him to be projected ninth is crazy. Eighth is Dewey. Again, Austin ninth. Dave 10th, me 11th, and Mike 12th. So that's that. People 50-50, you're 2-1, right? This over anyone who voted over 7.5 wins for Paul is looking good right now. Let's go to recent activity now. Let's see. I just want to make sure Sunday, so Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, on Thursday, Kyle added Antonio Gibson. Dewey added the Texans defense. Man, they had to have not had a good game for Dewey. They still got 5 points. Somehow they gave up 34 points. Okay.
Yeah, what the hell?
That's fucking crazy. Mike added Alec Pierce for $30. I think Mike's just trying to run out of money and then delete the fantasy app. That's my thought right now. I'm not really sure. We'll have to talk to Mike. Dave added Quentin Johnston for $0, which in my opinion is a fucking steal. Like, I know he wasn't good last year, but like he's doing good this year, and to get him for nothing is like pretty crazy. Chip added Alexander Madison. Did he have a decent week? Yeah, Alexander Madison, 3 carries. This is actually crazy. He basically gets no touches, but he scored a touchdown twice. He scored a touchdown in all 3 games.
Every game, dude.
He's had 9 touches, 4 touches, 6 touches. That's crazy. Wow. So he's basically he's only touched the ball like what is that, like 19 times or something? 9 plus I think 19. Either way, that's a crazy Alexander Madison. It might be his secret weapon. Also, I do want to say, I think it was last week we were talking about how Gorman never makes moves unless he's really confident in a motherfucker. And then Gorman goes out, doesn't play him, picks up Alan Lazard, but Alan Lazard, 12 points. You know, he's out here, dude. Gorman knows. Gorman knows what he's doing. Yeah. Back to the recent activity. Let's see. Paul added Brenton Strange, who scored a touchdown, garbage time. So that was a good add. Dave picks up Cam Akers. I don't think he played him, but I think Cam Akers did fine. Oh, he barely touched. I don't know.
He got his touchdown.
Well, yeah, he scored a touchdown on no touches. This fucking season sucks, dude. All right. Ryan picks up Mike Gesicki for $1. That was a good pickup. He did, 6.7 points. Hey, for picking up a tight end, it's definitely not bad. Mike picks up Tyler Beatty from the Broncos for $20. Again, I think this is today. I think Mike's trying to run out of his money or something. I'm not really sure. Some of these moves are kind of crazy. I'm shocked he actually has $40 left.
Yeah, I thought it'd be less.
Ryan, now this one was shocking. Ryan adds Emmanuel Wilson for $14. He must have been really afraid someone was going to put big bucks on him. I put $7 on him, and I thought that was too much. $14 on Emmanuel Wilson. Do you think should I add Ryan to the call? Let's get his thoughts on this.
Yeah.
All right.
See if he's able to connect.
Yeah. Let me just see if and then we'll kick him out after.
Mm-hmm. But also.
Oh, and there goes Paul.
Hello.
Sorry about that, Paul.
You're okay. I think Mike was just looking at the box score and saw that I think Javante had like 3 carries, and this fucking new guy Tyler Beatty had 9 carries for 70 yards. So Mike's just looking at the box score and picking the best guy.
All right, so Ryan, welcome to the show, Ryan.
I'm here.
All right.
Hello.
Emmanuel Wilson, $14. No one put more than $7 on him. Walk us through the process.
So I think I really wanted him as a handcuff. So I was.
You wanted him a little too much.
Well, you saw when I put $11 on my other bid on Adonai Mitchell, however you say his name, and that's because Paul really got me shook into this inflation thing. You know, I saw him spend $9 on 2 guys back to back, right? Tank Bigsby and then Darnell Mooney back to back. So I'm like, okay, big spenders out here. I've seen it too. I've seen Chip throw down big money. Mike's just throwing money to throw money. But I was like, okay, I have enough fab because I've sat out on some weeks. You know, I spend 14 here. I guarantee it. I didn't know if I wasn't expecting anyone to get too close. I mean, 7, I was probably realistically going to put 9, but I was like, I really want to make sure.
I think 9 would probably have been the cutoff for me. Yeah. Like 9, I would have been like, man, like 7, I started with 5 and then I put 7 in case someone put 6. And I was like, a part of me was like, man, I almost kind of hope I don't get him. Like, it's one of those things where you want him, but also you think about it and you're like, that's close to 10% of my money. And it's like, but I think it's still a good pickup. I just was wondering how you landed on 14. And I wondered if Paul got in your head
realistically again. What I would like, I'd be like, the same, right? I'd had the same thought process, but then I get in my head, I'm like, wait, what if somebody else thought 9 was good? And then I get the tiebreaker, and then my tiebreaker's like not good at all. And so I was like, okay, throw some extra money on there. I'm not too worried about my fab because I don't know, it kind of lines up with like what you guys have.
Yeah, there's been no good players really to pick up, and I will say, spoiler alert for later on in the pickups, I got Roschon Johnson for $1, and then today the coach came out and was like, yeah, we're gonna, what would they say? They were like, Roschon's gonna be our lead back now or something. So I don't know how much it matters because the Bears suck. But it's at least a running back that apparently they're going to try leading. I mean, DeAndre Swift is like maybe the worst running back in the NFL currently.
Dude, I can't believe it. Dude, he looks so bad.
He's so bad. All right, Ryan. Well, you're kicked out now. You can go.
All right, see ya.
See ya. All right. Now we have a nice little celebrity pop in right there.
Yeah.
Stoney on YouTube. Everyone go subscribe. He makes some good content. Recently did a nice little collab. With
Mr. Mowat.
With Mr. Mowat. Yeah, a little Mr. Mowat collab. All right. Let's get to these other pickups, though. So there's the process behind him putting 14 on Emmanuel Wilson. I picked up the Dolphins. Chip picked up Zach Ertz. Paul picked up Titans defense. Yeah, I was between the Titans and the Dolphins defense. I think they're both good. I think the only reason I was leaning towards the Dolphins was I'm pretty sure they're at home, right? And I have noticed that, like, it's like something about when you're at home, your defense just plays better. I've looked into this before. So I was thinking
Browns
that
sure didn't. Fuck them.
Yeah, that's very true. But yeah, no, I think Titans and Dolphins should both be good pickups for the week. I really couldn't decide. They're both two like mediocre defenses going up against teams with shitty quarterbacks, and it's like, who knows what's going to happen. Hopefully that game ends 3-0, Paul, and we both get points.
It'd be a good time.
Again, I picked up Roschon for $1. I don't think anyone put a bid in on him. Let me check. Yeah, no one else put a bid on Roschon. Kind of shocking, honestly, because I want to say he had 12 touches. That's like pretty decent especially for how much people want running backs. Let's see. Paul had a Cole Kmet. Oh, because he had a good week this past week.
Yeah, and I tried to get Ertz, but Chip outbid me.
Gotcha. By how much?
$2 maybe.
Ooh, that's tough. Yeah. Oh, well, $3 to $1. You weren't going to get Zach Ertz. I thought you put 3 and he put 5, and I was like, that sucks. Everyone, take a look. Chip is likely to trade Christian McCaffrey, who might not play this year. So everyone, throw your trades over to Chip. Christian McCaffrey, he might be a a nice little sleeper pick for 2025. Kidding, Chip. Everyone wants Christian McCaffrey. I'm sure you're gonna fucking scam some motherfucker. Fuck you, Chip. Also, Guardians clinched a bye. Go Guards. Twins, last time I checked, were losing to the Marlins. Fuck the Twins. I think the Tigers were up. Let's actually do a quick little live check right now, and then you guys we'll see the aftermath. Oh no, Marlins and Twins are tied. Tigers did win. Royals did win. So the Twins really need to win, man. If they lose here, that'd be fucking crazy. Yankees are down to the Orioles. How many games are we behind the Yankees right now? We're like a game
one and a half, I think.
A game and a half, yeah. So if they lose, which it's 9-3, that'd be huge. I don't know how feasible the 1 seed is. I want to say that the Yankees play the Athletics to end the season, and we play the Astros, so it's kind of shit. But yeah, anything can happen. First trade of the season, I think, right, Paul?
First what? Oh, first trade. Yeah, that's what I told Mike right as the trade got accepted. I was like, we have the honor of the first trade, which is kind of shocking. We've been talking shop with everybody. So
Paul trades Jerry Jeudy, which is that's just fucking terrible. That's supposed to be your ride or die. You are not winning the ride or die award this year with Jerry Jeudy. Yeah. You have lost that forever.
I figured.
You trading Jerry Jeudy and Juwan Jennings for Cortland Sutton. Now, in my mind here, I would be thinking, I don't want Cortland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy, but I do want Juwan Jennings for 1 or 2 weeks. So I think that Mike might win this trade, Paul. What do you think?
Yeah, my thought process is I have a lot of wide receivers and I don't really need Jennings for now. So, and also Sutton is like top 5 in red zone targets, even though he doesn't have a touchdown this year. Mm-hmm. And also rookie quarterbacks tend to get better throughout the year, so maybe his stats will just get better too.
NFL red zone target leaders 2024. Yeah. Let's check this out.
I saw it on Instagram, funny enough. My only social media form.
Oh, he's top 5, yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's not, Paul. What are you talking about?
Where is he?
He's 57th.
Where are you? This is not organized.
This is full season inside the 20. I guess we'll go inside the 5. He's not even listed. He's not even in the top 41.
Right, well,
that means he hasn't gotten a target inside the 5 this whole season.
He has 6 somewhere. I don't know.
Where are you seeing this at? Are you fucking with me right now?
Something came up, dude. It said Malik Neighbors and someone else I have.
Cortland Sutton red zone targets 2024. All right, let's check it out. He has... That's inside the 20. He has
6, right?
Where are these? That's 6 inside the 20. Oh, I guess, but he doesn't have any inside the 5. What does inside the 20 do? He only has 1 inside the 10. You can have 6 targets inside the 20 and get tackled at the 15-yard line, Paul.
Well, I read it as red zone and thought the end zone, but like look at that. It's
no, that was inside the 5. Yeah, so if we go inside the 20, if we do go inside the 20, he has 6 targets and 1 catch inside the 20-yard line.
And I don't think
Cortland Sutton, you heard it here first, everyone. Cortland Sutton is on the come up. Let's actually add someone in here real quick. Is anyone else on? Let's add Steve. Let's get Steve in here. How does that sound?
Yeah, sure.
Is there a way to
see what he does?
Can I just add him? Okay, it's calling him. All right, we're going to get Steve's take on Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Juwan Jennings trade. We're going to get his take. We're going to see if if Cortland Sutton's on the come up. Steve, welcome into the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Steve.
You're welcome.
A trade happened in the league today. Paul trades Jerry Jeudy and Juwan Jennings for Cortland Sutton. Is there a winner in this trade? Is it just mid for mid? What are your thoughts on this trade?
First off, I'm shocked.
Mm-hmm. I think we all were
willing to give up that guy.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be honest. When I said who is that bum, I actually had no idea who that was that you'd sent.
Oh, I knew you did. I knew you had no idea.
I didn't realize who that was.
Yep.
Not everyone's a Jeudy fan. I didn't know what was he, number 3?
Yep. Can't blame you.
That's a strange number. So I was like, I didn't know what happened. But yeah, basically mid for mid. I think it's a decent wash, but I think Paul did sneak out with the better end of that deal.
Okay. See, so in my mind, I either lean mid for mid or The only reason I would be leaning slightly towards Mike win is just because Mike is 0-3 and he needs wins now, and I think Juwan Jennings can help him get a win this week or next week. But I don't think Cortland Sutton will. But I do think long-term investment, Paul, you should get the better end of this. So it's definitely a bunch of mid. But thanks for popping in, Steve.
Mike's in a win now position.
Oh, Mike's in a win now. Like he has to win now.
He has to win now.
When you think of a win now position, I think of like we have to win the Super Bowl. That's our only goal this year. So I was like, I don't know. He's 0-3. All right, Steve. Thanks for popping in.
Hey, appreciate it.
All right, see you, brother.
Bye, Steve.
All right, let's get on with this now, Paul. Let's get into this week's matchups. Great having guests in like this. We don't see anyone else online, right?
A quick pop in, dude. I feel like I mean, usually we're available on Discord, but the willingness to join is just, it speaks of the Footbap Nation.
Oh yeah, I mean this is good stuff right here. This is what we like to see on a recording of the Footbap podcast. And let's get on to week 4. We're actually going to start this time since we haven't been starting with me. I'm always at the top. We're going to start with me this week. It's me versus Chip. Chip 2-1. Me 0-3. Both teams beat up as shit. I have no Ken Walker or AJ Brown. Chip obviously has had no CMC, but he might not have Trey McBride. I think Jerome Ford's fine. I don't think he's going to not play. Let's see what's going on here. Didn't practice Wednesday. I think he's fine. We'll see. Maybe no Jerome Ford then.
Browns are giving up.
Browns are throwing in the towel. Hear me out here, Paul. Browns win 5 games. And then we're in a position to what quarterback are we going to draft this year?
Ooh. Oh, shit. Carson Beck. That's a Browns type quarterback if I've ever seen one.
I don't think I want Carson Beck.
I just feel like that's a Browns quarterback.
Just because it is a Browns type quarterback. Let's look up NFL QB prospects real quick. I just want to see. This is 2024. Why would they give me a 2024? Okay. Shador Sanders. Imagine we did that.
That would be a Browns one, actually.
Cam Ward is ranked really low. Hear me out. We picked Cam Ward in like Ward in like the 2nd round or something, 3rd round. Cool. That'd be badass. I'd be down for that. Riley Leonard is ranked this high. Riley Leonard can't throw a football.
I hate him.
He can't throw a football. What the fuck is that all about?
I hate him.
That's bizarre. Cam Ward to the Browns. You heard it here first. And he's going to take us to the promised land. The promised land being
disappointment.
Yes, nothing but disappointment for many years. Chip versus Brandon. Paul, give us a little rundown what you're seeing in here in this matchup.
What am I seeing? I'm seeing a couple question marks on Chip's side. If Trey McBride can play after getting concussed, almost decapitated, like he almost murdered a man on the field and somehow was able to walk off. But
I was shocked when he walked off.
I'd be shocked. His brain's got to be mushed for a week or so. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he can't play, but if he does, that's not good.
We don't want another
his health
situation.
And for you, so.
Oh, true. Although I will say, I think Zach Ertz is like a decent play for him. Does neither of us have a Lion or a Seahawk, right? That's the Monday night game. So I don't think either of us have a Monday night.
Isn't there 2 Monday night?
Oh, okay. I'll have the Dolphins defense on Monday night. Hopefully I'm winning and I can just like bench
Why is
them.
that Monday night? Holy shit.
That's a terrible. Even in retrospect, so think about it before the season. You could say like, oh man, we weren't thinking Tua was going to get hurt. Okay, so you wanted to see the Dolphins win like 40-0? Like this game is going to be shit no matter what. By the way, that's crazy. All right, either way, Chip versus Brandon, they're projecting it to be a close game. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Chip get back on the right path. What's his scoring lines looking like? I feel like he hasn't scored much since week 1, right?
Hasn't scored much, but that brother's 2-1. Can't fault a man for winning football games. Let's take a look. Chip has scored 100 points, 85 points, and 67 points.
He's on the downtrend. That's not what you want to see.
Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, if I had to go, like if we're doing like a little spread thing here, they have this line. I'm not going to go like a singular team because I think I think I've scored 80 points like all 3 weeks. Like it's been like 85, 82, 85 or something.
Mhm.
They set this line at 188.5 according to ESPN. I'm taking the under. There's no fucking way me and Chip combine for 188 points unless Chip's team goes off, which you
Well,
never know. Maybe
Chip-
Rashi Rice can score 30 points again. Achan can
Mhm.
definitely go off. That's for sure.
Yeah, is Jaden Reed like actually hurt, or is he actually going to start? Well, it
I
looks like he
think
limited practice.
it's tough.
If he starts Lad again, I'd be pretty shocked. But this could be the week. You never know.
Yeah, maybe he makes the switch. Maybe he doesn't. We'll just have to find out. Either way, this is looking like a Brandon 0-4. Like I said, until AJ Brown and Ken Walker come back. Actually, you know what? I will say, proud of my team that I've been scoring over 80 points without my 2 best players. Actually, that's a pretty big accomplishment for me, I think. It's bad though when like last week, like I said, I was projecting to win by 20 at one point, and like that was like false hope. But for the most part, like man, when my team on Monday night, like Kincaid scores a touchdown and stuff, and I got over 80, I was like, dude, I did it. I can't believe I scored over 80 points. Like that's like a good thing for me. Like this season's brutal. Not only is this season brutal, but I have like injuries, so like teams aren't scoring and I have injuries. That's fucked. All right, this one looks like a really close one. Basically a wash.
Ooh.
Austin and
This is the game
Nick
of the
both.
week. It's gotta
Yes,
be.
Austin and Nick both projected 100. Austin needs this win. His team is really
Mhm.
good. For some reason, he's 1-2, which is a shame. And then Nick 2-1. No Debo, but
Damn.
this looks
Well-
like a really good game. Paul, what are your thoughts?
I feel like Austin needs to play Brian Robinson. Austin Eckler has been ruled out, I saw. So he's got the workhorse against Arizona, who's I don't know what to think about their defense, but is it good? I don't know.
I don't really know. I think they were supposed to be bad, but I think they've been good. Also, Godwin on his bench.
Yeah, and then he could sub out DJ Moore for him, which could be good. I feel like he's got Brian Robinson's like a guaranteed 11 at least, so why not?
10 points last week against the shitty Cincy defense, though. I don't know.
Yeah, but no Eckler. Eckler was kind of good last game.
If I was Austin, I would be in hell every week, and in a good way, because he has Flowers, Moore, Godwin, Robinson. To me, are all like the exact same level, almost. Like I don't know how you decide who to fucking play every week.
Yeah, I'd be going crazy.
Yeah, so it's a good problem to have. And then
He
Nick,
needs.
go ahead.
Yeah. I say it every week. He needs to hit the trade talks, man.
He
Like
could
we
be.
said, we have.
He could
no
be making
trades.
some. Yeah, he could be making some real nice trades. Like I said, he offered me Robinson and Goddard for Chuba and Kincaid, and it really just came down to last week. I had a good feeling about Chuba and Kincaid, which is why I didn't do it. I still don't really know what I'm thinking about Goddard long term. I have AJ Brown. Who knows when he's going to come back? But a part of me is like, do I really want like 2 Eagles play, like 2 guys on the same team catching passes? But yeah, he needs to. This man needs to hit the trade talks.
Yeah, even like Jaden Daniels or some shit. Like Dewey probably needs someone in their flex.
Oh yeah, Austin needs a quarterback. Yeah, this is a good call.
Dewey's got Terry in the flex.
You're making the trades for him. You're making the trades for him. Do you have a lean here, Austin or Nick?
I gotta go with. Let's go with Austin.
Yeah, for
Austin
the sake of the league, I'm going to pick Austin. I want him to win. I think his team's good. I think he deserves to win. We have another matchup here. Great matchup. Gorman, last week's highest scorer, versus Paul. Paul is projected to kill Gorman right now, which is a little bit shocking. Why is that?
It's just Jordan Mason's the difference, really.
Jordan Mason.
Well,
I
not really.
guess
He's got Aaron
Caleb
Jones,
Williams.
so.
Amari Cooper's not projected much. Either way, Paul is projected to kill Gorman here. Paul, how are you feeling about your chances?
I wouldn't say kill. It's only 7.
That's pretty big for like when you look at all these other scores. You can talk while I go through this.
But yeah, how I'm feeling about it, pretty solid. Deontay Johnson looked phenomenal with Andy Dalton now throwing the pigskin around. Feels great to have a real quarterback there in Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So Bryce Young, see ya. That's okay with me. The only worry I have on my team is Jahmyr Gibbs because we talked about before, Monty still splits and Gibbs gets his touches, but like, he could easily get like 20 a game if Monty wasn't a thing. So, and then Juwan Jennings will actually be out of my lineup here soon with the trade coming down. So I got a decision to make. I got T. Higgins or Jamison Williams or Sutton. So that'll be a little tough call to make. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, I think I am leaning towards you in this, even though Gorman had that nice week. I just think Kalen Williams is going to get him 8 points, and if Saquon and Derrick Henry both don't score 30, it's like, could be in for a world of hurt. But leaning towards you on this one, Paul. Either way, should be an okay game. I think you're going to win, but I think it could potentially be close. Another game here, another 2-1 versus 2-1 matchup. Steve versus Kyle. Steve is projected to win at 90, or basically 100 to 90. Again, one of those things where like, is Kyle missing players? Or well, I know Puga's been out. Oh yeah, Joe Mixon's out too. So I guess maybe that's it. I don't know how to feel about this. Pittsburgh defense is good, so Anthony Richardson, that's kind of shaky. I think Singletary should do good, and I also think CD should do good. I think Mike Evans should do good. Kyle Pitts is a total toss-up. Diggs should be all right. He's been all right. And then those are all Steve players. And then on Kyle's side, Hurts should probably do good. Oh, man, Ramondre might be in for a tough day against San Fran. That's tough. Pollard versus Miami. I wonder. Let's see what Miami's ranked at in terms of that. I really don't know. I feel like they're just. Oh, okay. So Miami is ranked pretty low. Buffalo tore him up. Seattle, Jacksonville. So Pollard might have a good week there. Garrett Wilson, don't know what to think about him anymore. Rashid Shaheed can score an 80-yard touchdown at any point. Did Bowers do good this past week?
I think so.
5 points. That's fine.
Well,
that's,
for tight ends.
For a tight end, it's all right. Yeah. Either way, do you have a side you're leaning towards in this one? This one looks a little more even than the projections show, but
I think I have a guarantee of the week. In terms of player performance, Brock Bowers, 2 touchdowns, 19-point performance is my prediction here.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, we should do that. Player guarantees of the week on top of the other things. Either way, and in terms of a side, Steve versus Kyle, what are you picking?
I got to go Steve, man. Steve's a little bit of just that solid team. He's like the Patriots. He's going to get his wins. He's going to make the playoffs pretty much every year. So this is just one of those games that'll take care of business.
I feel you on that one. I think I'd lean Steve too. I think he's locked in right now.
And people who, speaking of locked in, Mike is not.
All right, Dewey versus Mike. Dewey's projected 103. Mike is projected 78. He's starting a running back projected 3 points. Cortland Sutton currently, Travis Kelce's not doing much. It'll
go up to 79 once he gets Juwan Jennings. So
things are tough here, and I'm just going to come out and say it. No analysis needed. Dewey's beating Mike this week. I'm just saying it.
Yeah, I think Mike is just trolling with the projections. Like how we were saying, we project like our best lineup going into Sunday, and then we fuck around with it.
He's doing the opposite.
Maybe Mike's doing. Mike's doing the opposite.
Score.
He's gonna throw everyone in. Maybe he won't. Maybe he has a trick up his sleeve that gets a dub. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, I don't have much faith, and I'm rooting for Mike. I want him to get wins. I think he's in a tough spot, and good luck to you, Mike. Now, last matchup of the week. This is a little West rivalry, a little new age West rivalry. 3-0 Ryan versus 1-2 Dave. Could very well be 0-3 Dave. This is the cream of the crop versus the piss of the shit game. Ryan is projected to win by nearly 20 points. Paul, do you agree with that projection? Is there anything you're seeing that pops out for either of these matchups? Because I'm seeing a Ryan dub, and I'm seeing a 99 to 75 dub, and Ryan continues to be the lowest scored on Mickey's schedule. What about you?
I was just gonna say the only thing I can guarantee is that Ryan will continue to be a Mickey beneficiary.
Yep.
So Yeah, easy win for Ryan. Unfortunately, Dave's team is just not great. Malik Neighbors might put up 30. It'll keep it within 15 maybe, but
Yep. The
besides
30
that,
points
I'm
is
not...
how he's going to get to the 70 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Chris Paul hits a 3 to cut the lead to 42. It'll be like that.
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors scored a touchdown.
Sorry,
to
Dave,
cut it to 30.
but you're not winning this week, kid. All right, now let's go through a line of the week. Paul, a line you're taking. Mine that I'm taking is me and Chip under 188.5. Anything for you? Any?
My guaranteed line. Shit. I might have to go with Austin because it's pretty much just like a pick 'em at this point. So
Yeah, an Austin pick 'em.
Austin
I
money
like
line.
It.
Yeah.
Austin money line is your pick. I like it.
Mhm.
Guarantee of the week. You got a couple of them, but I think I'm gonna guarantee Dewey beats Mike. If you want to take the, what was the other
What was
one?
mine? I said Steve because.
Oh, you're not gonna take Ryan versus Dave.
Oh yeah, well, that's
Are
a
those
little
just
Mickey.
low pick? Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna pick Dewey over Mike or
That's too
Ryan
Mickey.
over Dave because they're too Mickey. So you're picking Steve
Mhm.
over Kyle.
Yep.
Then I'm going to pick you over Gorman because I just don't think that Gorman's going to get 30 points from 3 players again. I feel like usually when you have a really good week like that, your team comes back down to earth the next week. So that's the only logic I have behind that. And then your guaranteed line of the week was that Brock Bowers was going to have what again?
Well, I said 19 with 2 touchdowns, which is kind of low. So I'm going to bump it up to 23 with 2 touchdowns. So
23 fantasy points, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to go. Let's see. I didn't look at this beforehand. So I'm looking now. I feel like there's something that I was feeling really fucking good about too. Oh, I'm going to say Deontay Johnson against Cincy. He is going to have 85 yards and a touchdown. Just call it. What did he have last week? 122 and a touchdown? Yeah. Well, I guess that kind of sucks because he did so bad last week. But I have a feeling. I feel like he's going to go for 80 and a touchdown this week. I feel good about Deontay Johnson. I think he's going to do it. Is there anything I forgot to do here, Paul?
I don't think so.
You know what?
Got it all.
Yeah. So we went through everything. This is embarrassing, Footbap Nation. I don't have the outro pulled up. All right, I found it. I have the outro pulled up. Please don't play. No. All right. All right, Paul. That's all we got for you today, folks. Let's see if anyone else is on Discord for a quick call. Do you think Dave would pick up right now? I don't think he would. I don't know if we test our luck and he doesn't. Yeah, if we test our luck and he doesn't pick up,
that'd be embarrassing for Footbap Nation. Would be embarrassed.
Yeah,
so
Footbap Nation definitely would not be a good look there. So I think we're gonna call it here, Paul. Got anything else to say to the fans before we sign off here?
Well, now that me and Mike have a trade, we've kind of broken the barrier. What's that? Breaking the seal, in other words. So maybe the trades will flood through now. I hope everyone else who has been talking shop underneath our nose without making it well known. I hope those talks continue and we get some trades coming through.
We'll see if this opens the floodgates. And we're going to sign off here, Paul. Footbap Nation.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.